Second. Sorry everybody for late, but I was having some technical difficulties with my trying to figure out why it wouldn't go right. So here we go. I'm just going to zoom a little. For those of you who waited me out, thank you so much. For those of you who got bored, I hope you come back. Okay, here we are. Now, I'll just find me on my iPad so I can see who is talking to me. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm just gonna hide it. Hopefully you guys don't see it. But I can still see it. Okay. Here we go. So this is the project that we're gonna make. It's the what I call the Oh Happy Day wallet folio, and it is named because of the one cut apart in there. But we'll just go quickly and do a little walkthrough of the project. Okay, so you can still see the project share video is on my channel. These are just inserts for photos. Okay, you've got your photo flap here, or a pocket, sorry, not a photo flap, a pocket with a couple inserts in it. We'll just do it quick. Okay, now I don't recommend, if you're doing a closure like this, be careful. Try to have something that's flat, because you gotta lift it, and when you opening it, it's okay, but when you close it, you have to lift this up and tuck this in. You can't just tuck it. So be careful with your, I like the swing tab one a little bit better. Okay, so you open this up, and it's a pocket. It holds an insert. This one will fit in the other. I'll keep it out because I didn't put one in there. Open it up, and you've got a little tuck spot here that'll hold a photo. Okay, fold this down, and those open, and you can just throw a bunch of photos in here. Okay, so this holds lots. Okay, so as it sits here, I think it'll hold about 40 or so photos. It shows me that I have 3 people on. Say hi so I can see who's here. Okay, open it up, and then these are just mirrored. Okay, they're the same. So this opens up, and you've got a couple of tuck pockets here. Okay, just like that for photos. So again, you can fit more than one insert in here. So there you'd have 4 photos right here and 4 photos back there. I just put one in so that you can see what it was. Okay, and then you got your photos here. So this again is just a mirrored image. This one, like I say, the swing tab is way better. Okay, open that up. Open it up, same thing. This is just another spot for photos. Okay, and then these, you got 4 photos, spots for 4 photos. So that's 8 there. So this will hold comfortably at least 40 photos. Okay, open that up. You got another one of those there, and this is also a pocket. Okay, so you got lots of room in there for more. Okay, so let's close it up and get assembling. Okay, and then I just put these here to help that close, just like that. Okay, so that's a look at the project. There's the back. I just kind of did some piecing. So I'm just going to set this aside so I can consult, because I'm probably going to need to. Okay, so did everybody get their cutting guide and print it off and get everything cut? I have cut because I want to keep the video somewhat kind of trying to keep it short. So I'm just going to set this aside as well so that I can consult for the pieces. Now I put in there Tyvek, but I didn't tell you to cut any pieces because you can just use scraps, okay? So that's all I did. So this one, I just kind of cut them, is 2 3/4 by 9, okay? So you'll need 2 that are like at least that, okay? 2 that are at least, see this one is 2 1/8, which is fine because it is just going to be used to sturdy the spine folds, okay? And then these 2 pieces are 5 1/2 by 2. This one is just under 2 by 5.5-ish. Okay, so they're just for extra support. Oh, I put that. I'll just set that over here. Okay, so let's get at our pieces. Okay, so we'll set those aside for right now. Okay, do some moving here. Okay, I'm going to move everything over. Okay, so you got piece A and piece, oh dear, I gotta find it. A, watch, I didn't cut a bunch of pieces. Oh dear. Here I thought I was going to be ready, and I am so not ready. G? Is G the right piece? We may make it. Let me see. I thought I would be quick and get a video done, or get one of the pockets done. Okay, so G I can't have. G and F. I cannot have G. So I did not cut a bunch of pieces. What is H? Maybe that's the right piece. No, it's not. You should have a piece. You, okay, will have a piece that has got no tape on it. I didn't cut to pieces. Imagine that. So you'll just have to give me a second, because I have to grab some black paper, and hopefully I still have some, and we'll cut them. Forgive me. Here I thought I was going to be ready, and I'm so not ready. So if you're new to my channel, this is why you watch and then you cut. So you're going to have your piece A, and okay, we'll bring this back in, and this is why I didn't do that. Okay, so we need a 1, which is, that's not, you people have got to forgive me, because my mind is just, we're moving. And, okay, so let's just, I should have done a better job at this, but it's just been chaos. So, okay, set A aside. Who's all laughing at me? Anybody laughing at me? I hope you are. Okay, so this piece I know is for the C. Okay, so we need F. Fine. Oh, here, this is the flap right here. Good Lord, there's A3, A1 and 2. Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. I'm just thinking of a bigger piece than what I had. Okay, so forgive me. Okay, let's carry on. Good Lord. Okay, so now if you want to, okay, so take your and fold your A. Okay. Fold your A. Okay. And for when you're making something like this, you can always use a heavier cardstock. I am using just regular 65 pound, which is one of the reasons I'm using Tyvek. Okay, so we've scored that. Okay, so now we're going to just set this aside. Sorry, we're going to taper. Taper. Okay. Then we're going to bring in our piece A3, okay, and this just kind of becomes your flap. Okay, so just like that, get it in its spot. You want to get it right up against the score line, okay, but not over it, just right up against it, okay. And I leave things on like this, and then because I cannot place, and so then I just slowly peel so that my paper doesn't move. Okay, so now that we have that together, grab those 2 pieces that are 9, okay, and they're just going to go right over top like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact, okay, but they're going to go right over top of your 2 1-inch spines, okay. So I'm just going to eyeball because we are still going to put patterned paper over these, right? So I'm just going to eyeball my center point. Okay, and then I'm going to lift it up and I'm just going to peel 1 piece, if I can. Okay, so it'll be this piece. Okay, just peel that back, stick it down. Okay, now I'll peel this one. I may have to start using my piercing tool because I've broken some fingernails, and so I can't get in there with my other finger. Okay. Everybody can hear me okay? Okay, and then just keep peeling. You're going to have to refold your score lines anyway because putting the Tyvek on. If you don't have Tyvek, what I used to use was packing tape. It's just something to strengthen the spine, like from opening and closing and opening and closing, because I know when I was new to making these, I was showing everybody. And so you open and close it, open and close, open and close, open and close. And you wear down those, your folds, your score lines. Okay, flip it around, same thing. On the other one, just line it up, kind of eyeballing. Okay, make sure you're over past that score line. Oh, there we go. Okay, stick that down, and once you've got the one stuck down, then you can fold it over and peel all the rest. Okay, I want to hear from you. I can't see any chats. Everybody's being quiet. You're just watching. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Am I being annoying? You gotta tell me. I want to hear from you. That's why I came live. Say hi. Okay, we'll just slowly work it. Don't just slowly work back and forth. Okay, give it a burnish. Okay, and then refold those score lines. Okay, and then give them a good burnish. Okay, just like that. Okay. Give that a burnish. Oh, hi Tammy. Hi Andrea. Oh, long time no see, Andrea. How have you been? Okay, so there you've got your folio. Okay, there's your base. Okay, so now clean up our mess. First time here. This is, well, nice having you here, Tammy. I'm glad you stopped by to see what we were up to. Okay, so now these are just your end pieces, and I will show you. Some people, I know I have a friend who's left-handed and she looks at my books backwards and it drives me batty. And she's probably thinking the same thing. When I make these books, I'm right-handed, and so when she looks at them, it drives her batty because she's left-handed. So these, okay, so however you want to fold your book, okay, one is wider than the other, right? So when you open your book, okay, I have it open this way first, okay? So whichever way you want it, okay, so if you have the thicker one on the right hand side, then that is going to be the one that's over here. Okay, you know, common sense, right? Okay, so that's how I have that. So however you want to have your book, which is, that's how I want to have my book. Okay, so this is going to go here, and I'm going to just center it. Okay, so you can fold it over like this if you want, and I'm just going to eyeball my center, and I'm going to peel that tape backing. You don't have to taper because we are not going edge to edge, so it should actually be a little smaller than what your folio is, and I did that on purpose. Okay, so stick that down. Okay, whoops. Stick that down. Okay, so there's my skinny one. This is the one that I want to go in first. So if you want to have your left hand side go in first, then you want to put that skinny piece over here. Okay, make sense? Okay, again, I'm just going to eyeball. I may have to flip it because I'm right-handed. Okay, just like so. Okay. I'll have to come back and read some of the comments after. But it's been a crazy year for us too, Andrea. And not so much in a good way. Okay, so we're just going to stick that down. Okay, turn your book around. Okay, make sure that you have it the right way. And if you want to take your pencil, right, and right, left, you go right ahead and you do what you need to do. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside. Oh, no, we're not. First of all, okay, we're going to add our strips here. We may have to trim a little. I do have to, no I don't. Okay, so you don't want to cover the one, you only want to cover where right here. Okay, so this is even probably a little bit too wide. I could probably get both of them out of here. So I may, yeah, I'm going to trim this. So you only need one piece, and it doesn't have to be very, very thick. Okay, so I'm actually just going to cut this piece right in half. Okay, I'm just using my, you can use scissors and eyeball it, doesn't matter. Just put your crooked side on the inside that, that you're going to cover with paper anyway. And just go light. Okay, so if you have a crooked side because you just cut it with scissors, put that in here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel this piece off, the skinny piece. Okay, and I'm going to lay it down right where I want it. I may have to trim off a little. That's quite all right. Okay, so just like that. Okay, stick that down. Okay, now I'm just going to trim that little bit off while it's got tape on it. Just like that. Like that. Okay, then peel the rest of your backing. Yes, I added the adhesive right to the Tyvek. I'll show you here in a second. Okay, and then again, you just work it down. Okay, and then refold that score line. Okay, refold that. Okay, just like so. Give it a burnish. Find your burnishing tool. Okay, so here is a piece of Tyvek. Okay, I have a few black envelopes left, so I basically just use them for piecing. I don't wrap albums with the black anymore because I like the look of coloring my own Tyvek. So if I want the black side, I put tape on the white side. If I want white, I'll put the tape on the black side. So for this one, I wanted black, so I just put the tape right on, and you fully cover the Tyvek all the way across. And you want it right from edge to edge when you're taping the Tyvek. Otherwise, there's spots that will let go. And I don't use liquid glue. You can use liquid glue on Tyvek, but I don't like to. I'm just going to check this one here and see if it's. Just going to trim a little bit off of this one here too. Do it right now. See the tiniest, I don't even, if you can see that. I just took the tiniest little sliver. That's why I always dry fit everything. Okay. So, same thing. And this piece is a little skinnier. So you'll have a little bit more Tyvek up into your folio. Okay, so same thing, come right down to the score line, but don't go over that score line. Okay, and then peel the rest of your tape backing. Okay, and then slowly just work it down. Start working it down. Okay, just like so. And that just gives a little bit of reinforcements to all of your score lines. Okay. Okay, so there's one. Okay, give that a burnish. Okay, so now we have the base pretty much done. So now we'll put together, and there's going to be a few pieces that I know I always say score the half inch or tape on the ½ inch, okay, which is fine. But there's going to be a couple pieces that we're going to have to do some work to. Honey, can you turn off that little heater?
Yeah.
And I'm so happy because my daughter's back here with me. So, happy me. I missed her so much. Okay, I just did a little miter on those edges. Okay. Okay, so now we can set, whoops. Let's do that. Let's go, let's just go like this and go top. And then we'll go like this. Okay, like that. Okay, you can use pencil. My mom had this in her stuff, so I've been using it, and it's really cool because it erases. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside, and we're gonna go back and forth between pieces too, okay? So like I showed you, I did assemble one side, okay, and I'll have to explain. I just wanted to be done a little sooner. So we're gonna grab piece C, piece H. No, sorry. Yeah, that's H. Oh dear. G, D. Okay, this is one of the pieces. See, there's no tape, and how I've got tape on most of my other ones. If this is not your first time making one of these, okay, you know that it's taped the dinted side. If this is your first time making one of these, on all of my tutorials that you can get, it says, there's a little box on page 2, and it says always tape the dinted side, and you'll see like when you score something that pushes it down, so that is your dinted side. When you flip it over, you see a bump, and that is your bumpy side. Some will call it the mountain and the valley, so that's how you kind of know. So for me, most of the time your tape goes on the dinted side unless otherwise stated. If you taped all of this, that's fine. I just hope you didn't put any tape up here because we're going to do some work to that. So then we're going to need D, G, H. I may have the wrong piece here, or because I had to change some letters around. It's I, H, and I. So we'll see when I get there. Sorry. Then we need J. E and F can go later. Okay, so now we're going to assemble the pocket, okay? So let's start with piece C, which is just one score line folded in half. Okay. Boy, oh boy, my paper is crooked. And you know, if you've never made projects before, be careful when you buy paper. I buy my paper from Michael's, and for the most part, I love my paper from Michael's. But some packages are pretty crooked, so things get all wonky. So just when you fold things, just watch and look. Okay, so right now, this doesn't matter which way it goes. Okay, so now you're going to take piece D. Okay, we're going to miter all four sides. Okay, miter all four sides. Rita, are you here? Rita and I talked a couple times yesterday. She was cutting out her pieces and had a few questions. So take your piece D, okay, you take miter, all four corners, okay, fold your score lines. Are any of you making this, or are you just here watching me? I don't care either way, because it's probably safest to just watch me and then make it, because I make mistakes. Okay, I want to see my letter, so I'm just going to flip over C, okay, and I'm going to put this right on the back, okay. So I'm going to have to flip it around here. So get straight, edge to edge, corner to corner, and that explains that crooked paper. Okay, get that right in there. And this here is going to make your pocket page, and that's what's going to, we're going to bind our page here right to the book. Okay, so this is your pocket page. Okay, how am I doing so far? I got 2 thumbs up. Okay, still right now so far it doesn't matter which way this goes. Okay, because when you make your book, right, okay, see this one is bound to the left hand side and this one is bound to the right hand side. You don't want to construct this the wrong way, because then everything is upside down. So consciously making a note in your head where you are. That's why I say write down, you know, I put, like you'll see, because when we start making it, actually I'll show you. I made the right hand side pocket, okay? I got that one already, okay? So I wrote on there binding pocket so that I knew which way was up, right? Because if you make it the wrong way, you flip this over and everything's upside down. We don't want that, okay? So this one, you want to make sure that you write on there binding pocket. I wrote, you can't see it, but it's written in there too. And written in there too. Everywhere I am, I make sure that I write which pocket I'm on. Okay, so this is going to be, okay, binding pocket. Okay, and I have an arrow. Okay, and I'll write this again probably 2 or 3 times. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so now we're going to take, I think B, no, sorry, B goes right in the book. Okay, so we'll just set that over with the book. Okay, so now we have J, and J goes in there, and J, okay, so J, there's 3 pieces. Okay, so your right hand side, because it's on top, okay, and the pieces, okay, whoop, pieces will fly out here. There's 2 bumpers. This one, okay, if they fly out this way, no big deal. So the bumper is on this side. Okay, I'll show you. I lost my inserts. Just a minute. So much for the short video. It's going to be long. That's okay. Hope you don't mind. Okay, so let's carry on. Okay, so we've got G. G goes inside, and I think I mislabeled this piece. So this piece is going to be F, I believe. not H. Yes. Yes. Oh no, this is H. I labeled the other one wrong. Okay, so we're right. So we're going to take H. Okay. And we are going to set that aside and take I because we need to measure. So we're going to, okay, miter through that intersecting score line. Okay, so you have that X, you're going to cut right straight through, right? Okay, so then fold and burnish your score lines. Okay. How are you doing, Andrea? Are you still here with all of your books? Are you still making books? Okay, burnish, inspect, and make sure there's nothing. There is nothing. I just spilt my water. Well, I'm having a day. Okay, so take your pocket. Okay, bring over C. Okay, so you're going to see that. Now we're going to cover that where it says binding pocket, which is fine. And I'm also going to flip it. Okay, and just line that up. Okay, and when you peel your tape, peel the bottom off first. Okay, I show you. If this is your first time. If it's not your first time, you probably already know. Okay, peel the bottom. Okay, stick it down. Okay, fold that open, give it a burnish. Okay, now, this is just, again, a tip. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. But I'm going to put tape, and I'm going to put it half over top of that, so that it goes half over top of where it connects there. And this helps guide when you're putting your photo mats and stuff in there. It stops them kind of from getting stuck. Shorter pockets, it's not a big deal. Like this pocket, it's really not a big deal. You can just lift it up and tuck it in. But some of the like thicker pockets, like the bigger pockets where you can't necessarily lift it, it's a bonus to have that in there. So then you can just finish peeling. Yeah, can't get in there. Need my piercing tool. Okay, stick that down, give it a burnish. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, stick that down. Give it a burnish. Okay, then take, not G, take H, right? H, yes, H. Okay, taper. When you go edge to edge, okay, when you're going right from edge to edge, you taper. This just kind of helps hide your construction. Okay, fold and burnish. Okay, now dry fit, don't glue this down yet. So we're going to do some work to it. Okay, so you want to kind of measure, okay, because my pocket may be slightly, which it's not. Okay, so 2 inches covers, okay, covers this edge. Okay, so from the score line, okay, so from the score line on both sides, you're going to measure 2. Okay, make a little mark. Okay, flip that over. Okay, and again, now my score line is over here. Okay, so from that score line, you're going to measure, whoops, measure 2. Okay, and now I have the Tim Holtz ruler, which is my best friend, and it has your center point. Okay, so which is 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to flip it upside down here. Okay, so 4 1/4. If you don't have the center ruler, I will show you here in a second. Okay, so you're going to move it over 1 inch. So we're going to have a 2 inch. Okay, so then over 1 more inch. Okay. So if you don't have the Tim Holtz center ruler, from your corner, from your edge, it'll be 3 1/4 from both sides. Okay. So then you're going to draw a line. From each tick mark. Okay, now you can use your trimmer and cut this, or you can just cut it with your scissors. I'm just going to cut it with my scissors, or you can use a craft knife. I have these gigantic scissors, so I'm just going to use those. And just try and cut as straight as you can. If you're using your craft knife, it's perfect because it'll be nice and straight. If you're using smaller scissors, just try and cut right along that pencil line. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect or exact. Okay, garbage is over here. Now erase your little tick marks, your pencil marks. You don't want to see those. How am I doing? I got no comments so far. Oh, no, still got nothing. Oh yeah. Just a second. And get my face in there. I have my iPad too far away to see everything, so I'll have to come back, Andrea, and comment on your things. Oh, there's lots of new stuff out there. I'm doing I'm getting back into the crafty thing. We've had some bad things happen, so I'm not going to get into that. But I'm going to make the last, I was doing a project of the month, like a tri-monthly kit club, and I was making a project, and it kind of got me crafting too. Okay, so then you're just gonna line it up, and it becomes the flap for your envelope. Oh, and I got no thumbnail because I broke it the other day. And stick that down. Okay, and now we have a pocket. So either way, this will still kind of fit, you know, either way, but you got to be careful when you're making it. Okay, so again, I'm going to write because I don't want to binding pocket. And you're going to, whoops, don't spell pocket. You're going to cover this with your pattern paper anyways, right? Okay, so now we're going to flip this open. Okay, flip that open. And we're just going to put this in, it's just a flap. I was kind of using up scraps when I was making this. Okay. Okay, and then this just goes, okay, so here again, okay, binding pocket, okay, flip it up, okay, and it's just going to go on the bottom. Sorry, I'm going to turn it sideways. Okay, it's just going to go on the bottom. Sorry if I get my head in the way. Well, my paper is very crooked, so it's sticking off over there. Okay, peel your tape backing and stick that down. Okay, so when you're so this is pretty much kind of where your, which side it goes on comes into play. Okay, so now because this is the top, right, our binding, right, binding, so you can write over here. Binding pocket, arrow, okay. So this is the top one, right? Okay, so I need both of them. There's 2 of them. Where did they go? Here we go. I'm also going to round my corners. Okay, I like the rounded corner look. Okay, so just in there, and make sure when you're rounding your corners, when you do your pretty paper, that you use the same corner rounder. because otherwise it'll be just a little bit off and it'll look funny. Okay, again, you don't have to do any tapering because this is not going edge to edge. It's just a bumper, so it was just a scrap piece of paper. But I wanted it big enough. Okay, so you're gonna open up your piece. Okay, and it's gonna go eyeball center. I'm just eyeballing. You can measure if you want, but I'm just eyeballing. Okay, peel your tape. Ouch. Give it a burnish. Okay, your pattern paper is going to cover that up, so it's not a big deal. Okay, same thing on the right hand side, eyeballing center, and center is a little bit on top of your 1/2 inch score piece, 1/2 inch tape piece. Okay, peel your tape backing if it cooperates. Okay, stick that down. You like them, Tammy? What is them and photo play? I've already lost where I was, what I was saying. There is a bit of a delay in here in our videos. I do like photo play as well. Okay, so there's your, okay, flip that over. Okay, so now here is where the binding pocket will also come into play. Okay, so binding pocket, right? Okay, flip it over. Okay, so binding pocket is here. So I'm going to write, throw things around. Binding pocket. Okay, because we're going to put our stack pocket on. Okay, so let me show you without losing all of my inserts. Okay, so this is kind of where you have it upside down if you get it in the wrong spot. Okay, so my stack pocket, okay, stack pocket, I like going this way. I don't like it going this way. So I wanted my stack pockets to be mirrored, right? Okay, so it's mirrored. So when you open that up, hopefully you can see most of it. Okay, it's closed here. So this is where getting it in the right orientation matters. Okay. So bring that in. Okay, so here's pocket. Here's your binding pocket. Okay. So now we're going to take our, oh, I spilled water everywhere. I might have to get my kid to come and clean up after me because I'm working with paper. Okay, bring in our trimmer. Okay. And this score line, there's not going to be any tape on, okay? So we only need it to be a 1/2 inch. So you're going to cut, okay? So you see your score line here, okay? Okay, so you see your score line here, okay? Keep this score line on the right, okay? So we're going to put up there at the top, okay? And we're going to cut at 3 1/2, okay? So now you'll have 2 pieces that look identical, okay? Take the piece. I guess it really doesn't matter at this point because they have no tape. So you're going to tape one of these pieces on all 3 sides, okay? So tape with me. Okay, so tape 1 on all 3 sides. Okay. Okay, all 3 sides. And then the other one is going to be the stack pocket, and it doesn't need tape on the long side, okay? So it doesn't need tape here. So we're only going to tape on the short side. And I only tape, as you saw, I leave that corner because you're going to taper it anyway. So I don't put tape, or you're going to miter. Sorry, not taper, miter. And it just saves that tiny little bit of tape, because in 10 years you'll have enough tape to make a whole project. Okay, give those a burnish, get a good stick. Okay, so now this piece, I flip over. This you're going to cut off. You're going to taper, miter. I get those two mixed up all the time. You're going to miter right through that intersecting score line. Okay, cut off on an angle. Okay, both sides. Okay, just like that. This piece, okay, this is going to tuck. Okay, so that's why you want no tape. So you're going to cut just right along that score line, right to the other score line, the intersecting score line, not through it, just to it. Okay, and then you're going to just taper a little right up to that score line. Okay, and see, that's where you get. Okay, just a little bit of an angle. Okay, I flip it over to do the other side. Okay, same thing. Cut to the score line, not through. Okay, little taper and cut that off. Okay, just like that. Don't fold this one, you only fold the sides. Okay, fold, burnish, fold and burnish. Okay, this one you can fold all three sides. Okay, fold, burnish, and inspect. Okay, how am I doing? Okay, inspect, make sure that pops up, and then you have it done right. If it doesn't pop up, just trim off a little sliver, okay? So now we're going to bring this back in, okay, so you have it. And this is why we write binding pocket, because we want that stuck there, okay? So flip that over and you can cover it now. That's not a big deal. Okay, and you're just going to right along that edge, right? Black and black and black. You can't see it. And you can do the same thing. Peel off the bottom. Okay, peel off the bottom. Open it up. Give it a burnish. Okay, put a little bit of, and this is just dollar store stuff. Like, it's not anything overly expensive. And I've done quite a few projects and still have lots left, and made quite a few mistakes too, and still have a bit left. Okay. How many of you use undo? I know most of the people that I've made projects with are now undo fans. If you don't know what undo is this. Okay, it is like the crafter's best friend. If you tape something in the wrong spot, which I have done a time or two, you can peel it up. I showed my daughter and she was kind of in awe a little bit about it too. But it only works on double-sided tape, and we discovered that it will work on Tombow. It will not work on art glitter glue. Art glitter glue is water base, Tombow is oil base. So it kind of peels it. You still have to be careful, but it will kind of peel it up. Well, hello, Andrea Mack. Ooh, all the way from across the pond. Nice to have you here. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so now, okay, we're going to take the other piece of E. Okay, again, I always dry fit. You don't have to, but I always do. Okay, and that's going to just tuck right in. Okay, it's not going to allow you, I have a little nub in here. It's not going to allow you to go past a certain point. So you, won't have to worry about going in too far, because it won't allow you to go in too far. So you can actually peel off your tape and place it. You're not gonna, so you just peel off your tape. If it cooperates. Okay. And now you're going to come back and watch the video again because we're getting close to the end. And I'm not going to do I've already done the other one of these, so you're going to do it on your own. So you'll come back and watch how we do it, okay? So now I take F, and it just ends up being just a photo mat, okay? So you have your pocket here, okay? It's going to go to the other side. And again, you're just going to eyeball it. Okay, just like so. Peel your tape. You can put it wherever you want. If you like it at the top, you put it at the top. If you like it at the bottom, put it in the bottom. I like it in the middle. And my tape is not cooperating with me. And my thumbnail is broken. So it hurts. Don't mind my kid. She's just choking. Okay, stick that down. Okay, and guess what I'm going to write? Binding pocket. Okay, just in case. So now when you flip this over, right? Okay, it's going to go on that side. Then you bring in your other one. Okay, see how they are opposite sides? Okay, so one is going to go on top of the other, and when you open them up, they're mirrored. Okay, so now those are set aside. Okay, put those aside. Now, okay, this is the other piece that we did nothing with. I didn't put any taping, hopefully, and if you did, it's not a big deal. But as you can see, okay, there's tape here and here. But when you flip it over, okay, there's tape here. This is going to make that pocket that we pull in and out of, that flaps in the very back. Okay, instead of a bunch of pieces, I made it into one piece. Okay, so I'm gonna fold over on your score lines the right way. Find your burnishing tool that disappears on you all the time. Okay, okay, so make that one fold. Okay, don't while you can. Fold this over because that'll help with our trimming. Okay, so fold on your score lines. Okay, fold on your score lines. Okay, so now I'm also going to want to know, because I'm going to be away for the month of January, but I wanted to get the construction because some of you know how to mat and you mat all by yourselves and you have fun with it. So I want to know if you want me to come back and mat on camera, go live and mat, or if you can handle it on your own. We're going to flip it over and I'm going to miter through that intersecting score line again. Okay. Mat through that cut through that intersecting score line. Okay, now you're going to come over here to where the tape is on the one side and the other side. All you're going to do is kind of taper. Okay, just cut a little V, so right to the corner, okay, on both sides. That little bit of a V. Okay, see how that is? Okay, just a little. Okay, and then you're going to taper this side. And this side is already done. Okay, so now what's going to happen? Okay, leave this alone. Okay, fold this one in, fold this one in, and fold it over. Okay, and it should line up perfectly, right? It should. If everything was done right, woohoo! And you don't have to worry about the tape here. So you're just going to, well, I guess we should inspect. Oh yeah, we're good, we're good. Okay, and I have a heck of a time, so I peel both corners. Like I said, I have a heck of a time. Okay. Okay, just like so. Stick that down. Slide that tape off. Peel that tape backing off. Stick that down. Okay. Now this doesn't matter one way or the other which way it goes. Give that a burnish. Okay, give that a burnish. Okay, so now you have all of your pieces. Okay, bring back in our book. Okay, everything set aside. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside, okay, and we're going to put, where did I put them all? Those 2 J pieces, okay, are going to go in your book, okay, and now again, if you want, like I had them in my book, they're slightly off center. I don't know if you can tell. Okay, see how they're slightly off? Okay, that's what I want. You can put it all the way up at the top if you want, because you have them tapered or mitered. So if you want to put one all the way up at the top and one all the way up at the bottom, you can just put it, you want to stay a little bit away. Sorry, am I on camera? A little bit away. Okay, so where that is, you want to stay about 1/8 of an inch away. Okay, roughly. Okay, and then you can peel and stick down your pocket. So these can go kind of wherever you want them. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then your K is going to go on the opposite side. So I'm going to do the same thing kind of towards the top. Okay, making sure that I'm about 1/8 of an inch away, not very far, but enough that it's not in your way, right, when it closes, because you want it to close. Okay, peel and stick down. I want to come down just a little bit more. Okay, peel and stick. Once you're happy, peel and stick. Okay. So am I matting live, or are we matting on our own? And you're going to come on to my Be Crafty with Tamara channel and show me what you've done. I won't be matting. We may have to, yeah, we're going to have to rescore our pocket, because depending on where you get these, I wasn't thinking, and it's right edge to edge. So I'm going to rescore as soon as I find my other scoring tool. Which is okay. So you just figure out where you need to rescore. I need to come in about 1/8 of an inch. So there's half. So I'm going to come in about 1/8 of an inch and give me a new score line, because you want it to be between those pieces. Okay, you want it to go between those 2 pockets. Okay, so here you go, and I'm just gonna dry fit here and make sure that my score lines go between those 2 pockets. I might have to trim a little bit or score the other side a little bit as well. Okay, so again, it was 1/2 inch, so then you're going to go in another 1/8 of an inch. Give the other side a new score line, okay, which is not a big deal. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. Okay, so your new score line is in a little bit, so that's where you want to taper, right? Okay, through that X and not the other X. Okay, so your new score line. Okay, taper through. Okay, fold and burnish. Okay, fold and burnish. Okay, and if you hold your tongue just right, you'll be able to burnish that one score line and not have to do the other one. Okay, hold your tongue right, stick it out to the left. Okay, full burnish and inspect. Okay, we're popping. Oh, see, not so popping. See how that's catching? Now I'm just going to trim a little bit off the whole thing. Okay, so just trim a little bit off the whole thing, tiny sliver. There, can you see that? Whoops. That is what I trimmed off. You don't trim off much. Okay. Inspect. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, bring back in your book. Okay, and see how you have top and bottom? Okay, this is going to go, you're going to stay about 1/8 of an inch away from that bottom score line. Okay, between those two pockets, you center it between those two pockets. Right? Okay, about 1/8 of an inch, centered between the two pockets. Okay, and then peel the bottom, and you can do that tape trick again if you like. If not, that's fine, because again, you'd be able, this is a big enough pocket, but I like to do it because I have my projects for sale, and I've gone to one craft show and sold a couple things, and so I want to make sure. You get new ideas, Tammy? Good for you. I come to YouTube to get ideas all the time too. Between YouTube and Pinterest, I'm on one or the other all the time. Okay, tape. It doesn't have to go all the way. I guess I should have said that way back when. But it doesn't have to go all the way. It's just inside, just so that it helps stick your, when you put your photo mats in, it helps them not catch on that flap. They just slide right in. Okay. And then peel the rest off. Okay. Peel your tape backing, and that side's not going to work. Okay. Stick that down, give it a burnish. Okay. Now, close that up. Now we're going to bring in and we're going to put our pocket pages on. Okay, so where you've got your binding pocket, okay, find your binding pocket. Okay, so right there. Oh, that's not it. Right there. Okay. Get your hands in there. Okay, and I'm a dry fit. Okay. Always dry fit, because if you need to trim off a little, you can. Maybe dry fit it upside down. Oh, we need tape on both sides anyway. Oh, silly me. Okay, so put tape on the other side. Okay. Still no answers, so I guess we can mat on our own. I can't wait to see if you guys make one and how you decorate. I would love to see pictures in the group. If you're not in the group already, head over to Facebook, and the group is called Be Crafty with Tamara, and share my project. You can share any of my projects that you've made there, or in any of my other groups. Some of you may be a part of my classroom group, which if you have purchased a tutorial from me, you get to have exclusive free projects in there, and they are different than on YouTube. Okay, so let's do that again. All right, okay. Oops, oh no, I'm right. Okay, binding pocket. I'm right-handed, so this one will be easier. Make sure I have the right pocket. Okay. Dry fit. And that fits just perfect in there. Just like so. So then I lay it down. Okay, not going to do that. Oh. There. Waha. Okay. Lay that down, and you want to stay. Okay, get that in there. And you want to stay about 1/8 of an inch away, not even, but stay away from being over top of that score line. Don't go over top. You want to stay on the other side of it. Okay, peel, stick, because it will move, which it did. Peel, stick. Okay, and there, see, you have your binding pocket, binding side. Okay, same thing with this one. We'll do it upside down. Okay, so here's your binding pocket. Okay, slide that in. Okay, got lots of room. You like the live, Tammy? Live classes? Or if you're asking when I said classes, I have an Etsy shop, but it's on vacation right now because my daughter and I are going to be moving. And I like to give everybody my full attention. And if somebody buys something in the month of January, I'm not going to be able to get them into the videos and and such. So I put it on vacation, but it'll be back up in February, sometime in February. But yeah, I have a YouTube channel that has some free and paid for purchased tutorials. So if you purchase something from me from there, or you take a class or something, I have a classroom group on Facebook, and there are free, different free projects in there. Okay, so then once you get those done, you're going to come and peel the other side and stick those both down. Okay, give that a burnish. Okay, flip the other one over. Okay. And give that a burnish. Okay, and there you have it. There is your folio, or your wallet folio. Okay, so you flip that, okay, flip. And so now when you see, okay, so this just goes like this, okay. It will firm up when you're adding your pattern paper to it. You can have different closures, okay. So this one here, let me put mine together. Okay, so with your Tyvek on there, it's going to be stiff, so it's not going to. Okay, so you see here, now we'll get the right photo mats. These are just, this is just one piece of paper, okay, 8.5. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So it's 3 1/4, so you'll put a 3x4 photo on here. So it is 3 1/4 by 8.5, okay, and then you score that at 4 1/4. So it's just scored in half, and then you put a little 3x4 on there. This is this one here is Simple Stories Botanical Garden. No, I can't remember. And anyway, it's a tuck spot, so you just create a piece of paper and you make it a little bigger so that you can glue 3 sides. Okay, and you just make a tuck spot, and that helps close that flap. Okay, so that's all that is. Okay, if you guys are doing this by yourselves and you aren't sure of closures and things, okay, the pattern paper is on here. So I come in with a sticker, and I put the sticker where I wanted it. I backed it onto cardstock, and I recut it out. And so I kind of positioned where I want it, and I just put glue just right here, wet glue, just so that it stuck down, so you can still lift this up, right, and tuck in your, and you don't want it to bend, so that's why you have to be careful. And like I say, that's why I kind of liked the swing tab better. But there's so many different ways of closures. You can do so many different things. And it all will also depend on where you're like, I didn't want another butterfly here, right? Like I could have a butterfly here. This gave me, you know, because I had the butterfly on the paper. So that's your project. There you have it. So now I'll have two. And again, oh, I'm missing a pocket. I'm missing a piece. Well, let's do that. We're not done yet. Okay, so this flap, okay, needs a pocket. Okay, so we're going to measure. Okay, so it is 3 3/4. So we're going to need, mine is 3 3/4. Whatever your guys's is, okay, you're going to make it a 1/2 inch. So mine will be 4 1/4. So add a 1/2 inch to yours. Okay, so this one is 9 1/2. So we're going to add an inch because we have 2 1/2 inch sides. Okay, so it's going to be 10 by 4 1/4. Okay, so grab a piece of paper. And I guess I'll have to put that on. Oh well, it'll be in the video, so it's not a big deal if it's not on the cutting guide. Okay, so you got 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to cut 4 1/4 by 10. Okay, 4 1/4 by 10. Okay, and then get that cutter out of the way. And now you're going to score at a 1/2 inch on 2 long sides. Okay, 2 long sides, 2 short sides, sorry, and 1 long side. And this makes your pocket. Okay. You score 1/2 inch on the 3 sides. 2 short, 1 long. Okay. Tape all 3 sides on the dented side. And then this was the only pocket that we had a little fun with. How many of you have an envelope punch board? Okay, who's all got an envelope punch board? I have an envelope punch board from Stampin' Up! And I have the tab punch board from We Are Memory Keepers, and I love them both because I have fun with them for more than just what they're for. Okay, so then we're going to miter. Okay, right through that intersecting score line. Right through that X. On the angle, just like that. Okay. Now, we're going to make a pocket. So now we're going to find the punch board. Okay. And we're going to make this little edge. And you can put it as far away from here or as close to here. Not too close, but however big you want this space, okay? So if you don't know what it is, you can measure, okay? So you put this in here. There's a line, there's an arrow here, and you line that up kind of with your rounded part, and it's 2 inches. Whoops, I'm putting it away. I still need it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to line up your score line, okay, not your cut edge, okay, your score line. So fold over your score lines. Okay, fold over your score line. Okay, and you're going to line up your score line at 2 inches. Okay, if you want less, okay, go it. Okay, so 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 1 1/2. I like the 2. Okay, so line it up at 2 inches and punch. Okay, take it out, flip it over, and do the same thing on the other side. Line it up at 2 inches, punch. Okay, So now you're done with that. Whoops, set that off to the side. Okay, now I'm going to use my cutting surface. And I like to use a metal edge ruler so that I'm not cutting off my plastic. Okay. The Tim Holtz ruler has a metal edge, but I like this purple one because it doesn't slide. Okay, so you're going to just line that up. And you're only going to cut between those two marks, okay? So you're just going to cut between those two punches, just like that. See? And then when you do, if you're doing your matting on your own without me, oh, your eyes are, well, you go have a good night, and you can come back and watch my video anytime. They will be here forever, I hope. There was a setting, and mine was being crazy, so who knows. Okay, so there you have your pocket. Okay, bring back in your folio. Okay, and you're gluing it kind of upside down. Okay, so you're gonna have the edge okay, make sure you line up your cut edges. Whoops, too far. Okay, line up your cut edges. Peel back that back piece first so that you can put the tape on it. Oh, where is that? Okay. Stick that down. Keep peeling. Okay. Give it a burnish. Okay. Find your tape. Hi, Pam. So you'll be good. You'll be able to use it. Do you use it for fun things like this, Pam? Or do you just make envelopes? Okay, burnish that down. Get that tape a good stick. I probably forgot to tell you that, and all the other times that we were taping as well. If you just burnish that down, it gives it a good stick. Okay, and then finish taping your other sides. Well, I hope you've enjoyed, even though I spent how long trying to figure out why my video wouldn't work. Hopefully now we're good. And now it's done. Okay, there's your folio. And like I say, once you get your pattern paper and stuff on there, it'll firm up a little bit more. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or let me know what I can change for further videos, because I like to hear what y'all think. And let me know, you'll have some time. For those of you who watch this video, let me know if you want me to come back and do matting videos, or if you're going to attempt matting all by yourself on your own, and what paper you're going to use. And I can't wait to see it in the Be Crafty with Tamara group. See y'all later. Thanks for watching. Now just give me a minute to stop.